This video is the second step in how to set up your tournament from scratch. It will cover things like how to set and adjust your registration cost, how to offer junior, senior, and club discounts, and how to set the number of events included. Let's get started. Your registration cost page will show several different cost options at the top section. There are choices like using an out-of-state cost, where an individual gets charged more if they are from out of state, a cost to be in the lottery, or even junior, senior, or collegiate discounts. Please note that with the junior discount, the player must register for junior events only, meaning when you set up your junior event later in the event screen, it will need to be set up as a junior event and not an amateur event. If a junior signs up for any adult level event, they will be charged as an adult no matter their age. This same logic applies to senior and collegiate discounts as well. Otherwise, they will show a balance due if they register for an alternate bracket. There is also a choice to designate a specific cost for club members, or allow the cost to change once the individual becomes a member. As you scroll down, notice the blue box. Please know that the registration cost page is intended for registration costs only. If you have any additional event fees, you'll set those up in the events screen later when you set up your various brackets. This is covered in a separate tutorial, but here's what your events screen will look like. Scroll all the way to the bottom to see how to set up an event with an additional cost and if it is included in the registration fee or not. We'll talk about this more in a bit, but for now, let's take a closer look at how to set up your registration cost. First, you can see some grayed out options. These are only suggestions as to how to use the system. There are multiple lines to allow you to customize it to fit your needs, such as setting your cost to go up at certain dates, or having one cost the whole time registration is open. For example, if we want to encourage people to sign up early, we will set our registration cost, in this case $50, but 2 months prior to the tournament, we want a higher cost. You'll want to set the date and time that line 2 will take over. Once that date hits, it will make the first cost inactive. In this next example, we have eliminated line 2 and have just one registration cost of $50. This will be active the whole tournament and will not change. If you end up with multiple costs, you can always tell which one is active by the green checkbox. Please note that once someone registers under a cost, you'll no longer be able to edit it. So if you make a mistake or decide to later change your registration cost, you would have to create a new line to fix it and adjust players manually. Please make your best effort to have your registration costs set prior to opening your tournament. Once you are set with your costs, look to the bottom of the page to decide how many events are included in your cost. Earlier, we briefly talked about how to set up a cost for an event. For example, let's say you have 0 events included in your registration cost. That means that each event can be set up for its own cost. Or, if you have 1 event included in registration cost, that means a player registers for 1 event for $50, and our system will bypass the event cost since we set it up to be included in registration. However, if the player chooses a second event, then the event cost will activate, charging the player extra for their second event. You can choose to allow as many events as you'd like to be included in your registration cost, including a setting for all events or as little as 0 events. You'll learn how to set up your events later. But for now, once you have your settings determined, you can click Save and Proceed Next at the top of the page. Thanks for watching our training on how to set your registration cost. In the next video, we will discuss how to use the various methods to collect payment for your tournament.